We're going to be looking at the K-Case cars in just a second, but first, a copper car. So I know what you're asking. What's a copper car? Well, I've been playing around with plating techniques. So putting, well, actually I don't even know what's going on scientifically with plating, but it's plating. It makes things copper. And this was my first attempt, trying to get the light to move across it because it looks really pretty good with the light. Very pretty type of patina on there, but it is copperized or copper plated at this point. Now that's a technique that I'll be covering in a future video, but I wanted to show off this custom. Of course it is a Torino. Of course, I think every experimental car we do now is a Torino, and this is actually going in a diorama that we will look at later. So I'm going to move that one off to the side. Now we are going to be looking at the K-Case cars. This will be pretty quick. We're going to be taking them out of the packages. So first we're going to go in reverse order of what we looked at these before. We're going to look at the fast gassin'. There is the fast gassin' fuel truck. Next up, Paradox. A lot of these K-Case cars do have some moving parts, so they should be pretty fun. I think, doesn't Paradox? No, yeah, I'm thinking of a different car. Yeah, come on, Paradox. Nope, I guess not. There's Paradox. Hover Storm. There is Hover Storm up close. Looks like it's the same on both sides. Next up, the Ford Gran Torino Sport. I mentioned in the last video, not my favorite of the Torinos actually. I love the Torinos, but the Sport isn't really my favorite one. This one has those flames on the front. Yeah, that profile doesn't do it for me, but I've mentioned that before. Next up, Formulator with his glow-in-the-dark tires. Let's see if we can't get his glow-in-the-dark tires to glow. Let's see what we can get going here with him. Well. There you go. It sort of glowed. Anyway, it's Formulator. Here is Scorpedo with his really ugly purple silly looking tires. You know Scorpedo's tail used to turn? It used to be hinged right here, but they've glued it in there. Probably too many little brothers stabbed their big brother in the eye when they weren't looking. With a Scorpedo. Next, Night Shifter. This is a new model, so this will be pretty exciting to take a look at. We have never seen a Night Shifter before. There is Night Shifter. Night Shifter is pretty cool. I like Night Shifter for the new models, and I like it that they put it in the Hot Wheels logo. One of the things we're going to be doing here in the future, most of you know my background's in art, branding, kind of that whole world, and I'm going to be starting a little series that'll run here on the show, talking about what I think Mattel should do, like series that they should do. Anyways, that's all I'll mention about it, but it should be pretty fun. Here is the really ugly Mustang. I think it's ugly. It does have a movable front spoiler. I think that moves, right? That moves, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you can put the spoiler down. or the spoiler up. Mine's not moving as much as they usually do, but it is supposed to move. Next up, Lotus Esprit S1. I mentioned in the last video, I don't think the yellow base really matches the yellow very well on this. It's off a little bit, and it doesn't look right. It looks kind of like a mist paint job. Not much to see. Some nice detailing. There is, what is that, HWD 603. Black interior. Next up, Chevy Blazer in red. This one, I like the red. Not crazy about the yellow, just because I don't like when the parts like this are translucent. That would look a lot better. Take it apart, paint the underside black or silver or something, so that it wasn't see-through. Take a look real. Whoop, hey, come back here. There is your logo. I thought it might say fire, some city fire department, but I guess not. Pretty nice. The crate eraser. Now this one will be exciting. It is kind of like a Roll-O-Matic in that engine will bounce around. For those that are new or just starting collecting, the Roll-O-Matics were an old series of Matchbox cars from the Superfast line, and they all had that action on them. Come on. What's going on? There we go. So you can see that engine is supposed to clunk around like that. That is pretty cool. And somewhere on here, I bet you, there you go, there are little tabs on both sides, and those little tabs hit a little control bar in there, and that's what's flipping this back and forth. Pretty cool. Glad to see they're doing something like that. They've been kind of cutting back on the quality, obviously, and I think that was one way that they could add some interest without adding a whole lot of cost. There is the bat. I expect this one will be a little hard to find. The bat does come with a little back piece here, so he doesn't roll around in his case. And there's the bat, no wheels. That was once a trivia question, is how many Hot Wheels didn't have wheels? And there were not very many of them for a long time, but in the last 5 years or so, there have been quite a few of them that have shown up. That bat, by the way, is different from the other mainline bats we saw. The other mainline bats, I believe, had either a blue or a clear windshield, or were flat black. There is the Camaro. Now, this one was in the last case. I don't remember if we took a look at it or not, but that is a nice car. I'm not crazy about the white. Of course, I think everything should have a black interior, but that's just me. It's that fancy art background that I have. There is Bone Speeder. He is new also. Now, I expect this one will get a lot of custom attention. A lot of nice things about this one, it looks like. It's got the wheels kind of pointed out on the outside like a bone shaker. And it's got that back spoiler on it that the bone shaker doesn't have. That one would really be neat with rubber tires. I like that. I like that one. We should have like a contest, like best new car, best new casting of the year or something, and vote on it. There's the Subaru WRX. This is another one that might be tricky to find. What do we got here? It is the Gravel Rally Crew. There you go, Gravel Rally Cool. I don't know what the 368 is. I wish I knew what all the numbers were. I'm sure there's an inside story when they pick these numbers. I wish Hot Wheels had a better like blog site or something that really gave you insights into everything for people that cared about them. That would be really cool. For instance, like, what does the Time Attaxi say? So this one is going to be interesting. This one has a door that opens. Now, we have not seen opening doors on Hot Wheels in a very long time. There is a nifty little trivia question. It was, when was the last time we saw opening doors? By the way, opening door, not doors. That side does not open. That's why we open them here. See, if you don't open your toys, you don't know what they do. Now, I was hoping this was a suicide door, and it... Aw, boo. Because nothing would say dangerous taxi like one with a suicide door. Well, it will open. I'm not sure that's as cool as I thought it was going to be. That is not on a hinge. I don't know if you can see in there. That is on a little flipper. See that white? That is the door about to break off. So that is not a door that's going to swing open very easily. Nah, that's not as cool as I thought it was. I was hoping there'd be like a little C hinge in there that would open up a little bit easier. Next, that Ford Raptor that a lot of people were looking at. That is a nice one. Really like the paint job on this with that gunmetal gray. That's nice. That really sits well. That's a nice little casting. Same on both sides. Got Ford on the back. That is in silver. Different color. Ford on the front. That got some really nice details for that one. Next up, the Sesto Elemento Lamborghini in the always popular Lamborghini aqua blue with sparkles. Probably not going to see a lot of Lamborghinis in this color. There is that Lamborghini front end there. And there's the car. I like the wheels on this one. I don't like those wheels usually, but I like them on this model. Next up, now this was the Super for this case. This is not the Super, but that is the one you're looking for the K case with rubber tires. That's the BMW Z4M Motorsport. As if anybody would ever remember that name. And there it is. Got another number on it. Again, I don't know what the number signifies. Maybe somebody can tell me. You know, every time I say that, I shouldn't say every time, but a lot of times when I say, oh, people, email me if you know what that means, I get like a snarky email that's like, the 44 is, you know, for the 44 years of BMW, and everybody knew that, and you don't know what you're talking about. I've never made any hints that I know anything about anything. But when you start throwing like tiny trivia at me that I'm supposed to know, I just roll my eyes and move on. This is the Zamac Greenwood Corvette. Now at the time I didn't know this was actually one of the Zamacs from this case. I actually found this one about a week ago. So kind of odd that it even showed up. I did not get any of the other Zamacs, but that is a nice one. I really like that Greenwood Corvette. Here is the black version. Now this is the version that comes in the K case of the Greenwood Corvette. We've seen this before, and I think it was in red. And there he is. That is nice. Also some very nice details. Those are some awfully big headlights on there that are going to flip up. But there's those two. Last two we are down to. These were my favorite two from the case. That is the Toyota off-road truck. By the way, I did not find the yellow submarine. Didn't mention that in the last video, but did not find it. Boy, I really like that one. That one might be... I really like that. That's my favorite truck so far that they've put out. That's nice. I like that casting. I think I like it because it's got like a real high clearance, but it doesn't have the big silly looking suspension piece that comes down, that big plastic piece that's on a lot of the high wheel trucks. Lastly, we've got, of course, the Ford Torino. See, look at that. We started with a Ford Torino and we ended with a Ford Torino. That's called storytelling there, folks. That is the Torino Talledega. That is my favorite Torino and probably my favorite Hot Wheels casting. This time in blue. We saw it in white earlier than in the year. We have certainly seen this casting quite a bit. It's shown up a lot, but I really like that one. I like the blue better than the white. Mine's got some tampo issues, but that's all right. I'll let folks buy them up and then I'll get them at the 99-cent store in 6 months for my customs. We got to keep a supply of Torinos coming in here for my customs. So that is going to do it for this episode, folks. I'll put my custom in there. There we go. And that is it for this time. See you later. Bye.